The year is 1333. Humanity has plunged into chaos, invaded by creatures from another world. Kingdoms are making a desperate stand.
Fall back! Close the gates!
Elsewhere, in the mountain range of the Himalayas, an order of spellcasters, powerful mages, led by a master mage called Coedum, is faced with the same threat. And so they went to war. Flaming portals lingered in the sky, above and before them, and demons of uncountable numbers sprang forth from them. They fought with magic, and brazen bolts of both wizardry and hellfire filled the battlefield. Spellcasters were shot down, but demons were destroyed as well. The mages pushed back. Victory seemed near, but then a red portal larger than any of the ones seen before showed up in the middle of the battlefield. And then a huge demon appeared. It was only barely dwarfed by the mountains, and the shadows of its wings seemed to block out all the light. Its giant claws crushed entire groups of mages, and the magic it used was more powerful than anything they had seen before. Craters of black ash and disintegrated wizards were left behind where it impacted. All seemed lost. But it was in this moment that a blue portal appeared, and another wizard joined the fray. His name was William. Master Coedum turned to look upon him. Hearing his name, Coedum was soon crushed by the giant hand of the demon overlord. William leaped in shock, and he firmly grasped his blue orbed staff. Meanwhile, his comrades Haribo the First and Brandon were fending off the demon minions. Brandon caught a glimpse of William, who was surrounded by red smoke. Then, out of a small box, he grasped a shimmering fruit. It was a magic plum. Brandon saw William consume it, but he had no time to witness the battle any longer. Demons were swarming around him and Haribo, and so they fought, fending them off. Then, suddenly, a bright light flashed, and a shrieking noise filled the air. The demon minions around them disappeared, vanishing in a puff of smoke. Brandon and Haribo the First ran to William and found him collapsed onto his knees. The demons were defeated. Through his magic as the Wizard of Gateways and Portals, William banished the demon overlord and his minions. The overlord's spirit was split from his body. His spirit vanished, but his body was teleported to a place somewhere underneath the earth. Confined within a barrier, they would remain outside of the world's reach. But William knew they could one day break the barriers and return. Knowing this, he gathered artifacts and imbued them with magic. He hid them away in tightly sealed chests that not just anyone could open, with only magical maps and compasses leaving clues to the whereabouts of them. And with that, William hoped to prepare the people of the future to combat a potentially returning evil. But unknown to the surviving mages, that same evil did linger. When William banished the Overlord, William absorbed some of the demon essence, and so began a slow process of corruption. So the Overlord could influence William, even from the far reaches of the abyss, to do his bidding. But it wasn't until years later, on a fated night, when William had just finished dinner with his wife and son, and was looking upon the pale moon outside his window, that he felt this corruption take hold of him. And a sudden surge of rage filled him, setting things in motion that could not be undone. His wife and son ran and barricaded a door. His son, Bud, was sent by his mother to go get help. And then help came. Haribo the First and Brandon, who was staying nearby, arrived on horses. William stood outside, and Haribo confronted him angrily, asking what was wrong with him, but it was then he noticed the red eyes glowing underneath William's hood. In disbelief, Brandon bolted to attack William, but he was stabbed by William's dagger, and he collapsed to his death. Haribo shouted, and in a reflex shot spelled William, piercing his heart. As William fell into the snow, which was turning red of blood, he felt the demon essence leave him, and he realized what he had done. But it did not end there. As William died, the demon essence sought a new host, and it found Haribo the First. He became the first in a long line of Haribos, and would go on to follow the whispers of the abyss. He paved the way for an organization called the Haribo Company, and every next Haribo would go on to take the place of the last one, but its true leader was hidden in the shadows.
The year is 1946. 6 centuries have passed since the battle at the Himalayas. Somewhere in England, near the border of Scotland, a family lives peacefully, but their peace is about to be disturbed.
What was that? Harold, was that you? Will you stop playing pranks and just come here?
What's the matter now, Connie? I said I'd be there soon.
Oh, guess it wasn't then.
What was what?
Just thought I saw something odd. Never mind, dear. Okay, you can stop now, Harold. It's not fun. What the hell?
Connie, are you alright?
I wasn't expecting to see you today. Yeah, I'm alright. But what the hell did just happen?
What's the matter? What's the matter? I heard an awful yelling and crying.
Listen, you two have to leave this place right now.
What a shame. We only just moved in. But looking at that thing on the floor, this doesn't bode well. But where do we even go?
We will figure that out with you. For now, we've got to move and get you lot to safety.
Where is Brian? Is he alright?
Yeah, I saw him upstairs just a minute ago.
What about your newborn? What about Michael?
I was with him. Let me check up on him.
Harold, this is all looking eerily similar to what happened when we first found you. You were a newborn as well.
Only my parents weren't as fortunate.
I'm going to figure out what's going on, Harold.
Are we sure we can even leave this place? Aren't there more of those things crawling about?
Oh, don't worry. We've already prepared for that.
Alright fellows, pick a spot and guard this place so the Rosen family can leave safely. You see any of those monster creatures, you blast him, got it?
Yes!
Are we going to be okay, Dad?
Yes, Brian, of course. I'm sure we are. Don't worry. Come, let's get in the car.
Well, looks like this is it, Michael. Off onto the road again. I hardly believe it, but if this is all really because of you, you must be one very special boy, Michael.
I fully believe you will do what you can to keep him safe, Connie. In any case, we will be watching from afar.
From afar. So you won't be there with us?
We believe it best to lay low while we sort things out and gain further information on the situation. I promise the Flying Scotsman will protect you to whatever extent we can, but we cannot risk drawing too much attention.
When Michael is old enough, we will return to you and meet him. We will teach him what he must know, but until then, don't speak about any of this with him.
I understand. Well, I guess, until I see you again, then. Thank you for everything.
Until we meet again, Uncle Mozza Brian and Uncle Chutney. Send Uncle Tomato my regards.
Until our paths cross again, Harold.